Shawshank Adventures, all of you fellow adventurers.
No one watches.
We are a crew of worthy, not last minute, careful planning type combatants. This episode is no different. Coming off of last episode, well, what exactly happened on the last episode?
Last time on Shawshank Adventures, the party, still imprisoned inside the mountains, captured by goblins, all except for Sparkmaster, which has managed to follow them from behind. Namina, meanwhile, has managed to get free with the help of Soomper, who turned into a bunyip and unlocked Namina's bonds. Well, at least the shackles that held his hands. Namina had to force his foot through to remove the chain connected to his ankle. He managed to do so without breaking anything, and used his cat-like reflexes to squeeze through the wooden bars. Xander, recovering a little from his traumatic state, simply misty-stepped through and was on the other side. The party then debated on what to do with the dwarf. Do they leave him? Or do they just kill him themselves? Or try to take him with them? Well, after a discussion and thoughts, really ending his life probably would be the best thing. However, Xander just goaded him into busting himself out, and off they went. Now the bunyip Soomper was already down the hallway scouting ahead and discovered a lot of goblins. Well, not knowing where Soomper was, Xander let out his elk horn, which alerted Soomper and also alerted everything else. A fight then ensued, and then another one, and another, as they fought up the stairs to get back to the entrance that Sparkmaster has told them about. Will they be able to make the climb and to get out and escape and at least get away from this awful place to tell the king all that they have found out? Well, let's find out today on this episode of Adventures in Shawshank.
Oh my! Thank goodness I have an audio memory. A lot has happened. And, let's just get on with it. Hooah!
I will sharpen my axe on my enemy's face.
Hello, Sonia, my love.
Hey, where's that gold at?
What are we doing here, man?
Faces, Jehoshaphat. Like, where did this fucking hat come from?
Come on, Conan. Let's go.
It feels good to be back.
Oh, that'd be so cool. Make surfboards with my bunyip.
Shall I play you a tune?
I don't even care about the gold anymore.
Boards with my bunyip.
So as you travel tirelessly, around and around, the staircase upwards, ascending, which you know to be the exit. All of you but your friend Sho, who went hand in hand with the enemy to the deeper corridors. Right before you make your exit, you are greeted not only being a little winded and hurt, but also by a door at the end of this corridor. Door is not all you are met with, though. A thundering clash of metal and rock echo in the small tunnel you are in. Notice, above the door, on the seam, rocks begin to crumble into a straight line above your head, bulging out of a single spot, and then stop.
So the ceiling is bulging.
A single vein, if you will, coming from the top of the door sill. It's just not throbbing. It begins to bulge.
All right, Supa's like, this is about to collapse. Like, fucking run, boys. And Super starts running for the entryway or the exit, whatever. You know what I mean?
For the door.
Right. Because this is this is the door out, right?
I don't know where it is. As you recall, this is the door out into the main area where you ice knifed at Gloria.
Oh, right.
Still in the cave.
So this is the door. This is the door that would go into that room.
Yes.
Sparkmaster, where's the way out?
The way out is through this door.
Michael.
Okay.
You're looking over it, Sparkmaster. Sparkmaster, how have you been carrying yourself going up and around?
Do you remember where his character was?
Going up and around this corridor. How is it that you look? How is it that you look right now as you talk back to Xander and is questioning?
So as we've approached the door and walking down this hallway, I'm definitely a little bit further behind the party than than I might usually be. We approach and we gather at this door, and I put my hand up against the wall, and I'm looking back into the darkness behind us, very distracted, not really paying full attention to Xander.
So it's through here, you say?
So the exit is in the room that we were in?
It's through, but it's out a different door of that room.
Okay. Well, then let's try to get it before this wall collapses.
Just then, as the vein begins to grow and crack, a small pebble falls down. Super, roll a dex save for me. And you can see within that bulge, something is driving through a large spike, it seems, into the door. On the other side, any languages you guys speak that I should know about?
I know a lot.
Any
We have
over
Celestial and Undercommon.
Draconic.
Druidic and Gnomish and Common. And I rolled 7 too.
You hear a rather dumb sounding directly on the other side of the door, and then footfalls walking away from the door.
Huh. It's a wooden door, right?
It is a wooden door.
Okay.
Behind you, Red Cloud catches up to you, looking a little bit better in sorts than he did before, but now is a critical moment. What are you all doing?
So there's a spike coming through the ceiling?
Into the door, through the rock above the ceiling.
So it's coming into the door. So it broke the door?
It did not.
So it's not like a big spike. It's more like a big nail.
Exactly. And Xander, you have intelligence enough. Roll me an intelligence check. Why the hell not? Let's roll dice. This is a game.
That's an 8.
You are unsure exactly why someone would drive a spike into a door through a rock. But it seems that is what has happened.
Yeah, I am exactly unsure as to why somebody would do that. Otherwise, to lock the door.
Sorry, Mike, I missed it. Did you take my 7? I rolled 7 for Dex.
Take 1 point of damage as a rock hits you in the head.
All right. You just stand still. It doesn't go through the door. He's like,
I'm going to go up to the door, and whether it's a push or pull door, I want to push it or pull it regarding. I want to try to move the door.
It's stuck.
Oh, no.
Well, it looks like someone does not want us to leave this place.
Mm-hmm. Clearly.
You hear some rustling back behind you, down in the direction that you came.
Soomper, open that door.
I mean, I could try.
Don't you have anything that can open that door?
I do have this, and I pull out the wand.
Oh no.
Do you really want me to use this? I could give it a shot.
Do we have any choices?
We don't. Alakazam Shazoo!
I get out of the way.
Then I pointed at the door. And I need to roll a laser.
Beyond comprehension, you wince and grow blind. Soomper, you can't help but smile.
Alakazam Kazoo! I know that voice! Is this my friends up ahead? Hello!
I'm like, what the heckin'? That must
Oh,
be Red
he's
Cloud.
not dead. Joy.
Welcome,
I've
Red
been
Cloud.
kind of a deadweight sack of potatoes lately, but here I am and here I be. My back hurts a little bit. I don't know what you guys did to me while I was unconscious or whatever the hell happened, but my back hurts.
I think you slept wrong.
I hope
While
that's
we're
all.
dragging you
It
around.
wasn't us. It was the orcs.
Wait, do I need to roll a 100 to see what I get?
Sure do. Let me know what you get.
All right. 61.
And you begin to look down, and though you're in a cavern, grass begins to grow all around you.
Ooh. I'm like, oh, this is
Higher,
fine.
higher, up to your knees, and continues to grow up to
Like,
your waist. We're now in high shrubbery, sitting within this cavern. Soomper, you know it might not last forever, but it seems to be growing tall and continues to grow.
I'm like, this actually might get dangerous. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I could do. So the spike is in the doorway, is that right?
Mhm.
Correct. Now from the other side of the door, you hear, "Oh,
Is it good?
Do you guys have any spells that could possibly destroy this door?
I mean, I do have mold earth, and I could try to mold it out of the way. I don't know if that's really the nature of the spell, though.
Yeah,
Well,
I
it's a
don't
what,
think-
5-foot cube for mold earth?
I think it's
Right.
a 5-foot
You're talking
cube.
an area of loose earth. It has to be loose, though, and it sounds like the spike's not really loose.
Well, what came through the ceiling would be loose.
Yeah,
True.
but do we want a whole cave coming in on us because of the loose,
Yeah.
dirt
Are we
coming
sure
up?
we want to force this door? Is this the
It
best?
seems that this is the
the
only
best
way out.
out?
It seems like
Well,
the
we know
best
there's
way
a-
out. If we go down, we're only getting further underground. I don't think that's
I
the
mean, I could blast ice knife at it.
Namina shivers.
It works every time. Like,
Just
Does
then you
anyone
hear
speak
scurrying
orc or
behind
goblin?
you. Who's the
Well,
furthest
we-
back into the cavern?
I think it would be
I think
Red
I'd be
Cloud.
the first.
Hi! Voice from above.
Red Cloud, as you look behind you, you hear a skimmering. You look back and there's a goblin coming up the staircase at you.
Great googly moogly, there's a goblin!
What do, Red Cloud?
I yelled that to the party.
Okay, he continues to come up and comes next to you and gives you a strike.
I mean, I'm intuitively defending myself while telling the party.
At disadvantage, he gives you a strike. What's your armor class, Red Cloud?
Red Cloud, oogly, doesn't even defend himself.
17.
I've never seen one of these before.
He strikes and whips right between your legs. He is now laying beneath you.
Well, then I take my axe and I
Oh.
make sure I don't miss.
You go to reach for your axe, and you do not have it. All you have are your bare hands.
Oh, well, then I drop to my knees with all of my weight from my palms straight to the goblin's neck to crush his neck.
Roll an attack. at advantage since it's on the ground. Well, hell, let's just say his head pops off. How do you want to do it? Yes.
Oh, you're just gonna give his head just pops off.
Yeah.
Well, as I drop to my knees, I make sure all my weight's on my wrists and hands, and I push so hard that I just go through his neck into the dirt, like my hands were blades of razors.
As your hands go in the back of him, it gives just a second until you feel it all of him crush. His head kind of pops off. It doesn't roll away. Still connected by the scaly green skin.
It's been a while since I've killed something. Feels good.
Good. We just killed a ton of the goblins not even 15 minutes ago.
And it felt good.
I'm
Indeed.
surprised that there's more, honestly.
Oh yeah.
You know, they wouldn't block their only exit out of here. There's got to be another way.
Yeah, I agree.
also
There's got to be another way out.
That also makes sense
check-
because there's
Is
Gloria
this a
and all the
long hallway, or is this just top of the
You have been going up what seems like 12 revolutions.
right?
Where you are.
Mm.
You didn't see anything but really small air shafts, something that Super might be able to get through as a squirrel or a bunny. Nothing that you would be able to get to in full form.
Well, I'm saying when we got up to the top of this spiral, was it a hallway that then led to the door?
Yes.
I'm gonna check the walls and see if there's a secret door anywhere.
Give me an investigation check.
Yeah, that's a good idea. 22.
As you're looking your ears, looking for some impressions, all you can hear in your investigation is the footfalls coming back closer to this door. The creature behind you is dumbfounded. No secret entrance to the nature. No levers.
Very good.
I can't hear you.
No levers. All you hear is footfalls coming back to the door of some sort of a dumbfounded creature, very big in size. Oh, yeah. Oh. And you can hear him in your investigation trying to look for holes in the walls. You can hear him picking at the grass on the ground that you must assume are on the other side.
Okay,
There has
guys, I can't find any kind of other exit on this wall.
He's now pounding on the door.
Ha ha! We're safe in here. You'll never get us.
You dummy, you big old stupid creature.
Oh?
Do any of you guys have my axe by chance?
Oh
I
no,
don't
the orcs took your ass.
necessarily remember where it is.
the orcs
Did you
took
take
him.
your pants?
We lost all our stuff.
Ah, good news. Good news.
I think they even took your surfboard.
He just goes into a rage, kills everything.
I would like to drain
The main
The blood.
vein.
man or thing that took my surfboard. I will drain the blood slowly. It'll drip for days.
Well, they're back down the tunnel, back down the stairs.
Well, let me sharpen my fists so we can go beat the shit out of these things.
All right.
Just then, the door flies wide open as you guys are turned around looking at Red Cloud. And in
He
front of
was
you,
saying those things, not me.
you see in front of you a ogre with chains wrapped around his arms and legs, holding a giant log
Holding a giant what?
Log.
Log.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Roll initiative, gentlemen.
Oh boy.
Oh no, he broke
Oh
through.
shit!
Ogres are no joke.
Damn it.
Doing
I rolled
nothing
an
for
8.
Super's Wand of Wonders.
20 total for myself. Not
20 total for me.
20 total. Yeah.
I hate how I'm still exhausted. This is like the 6th game I've played exhausted.
Really want to for this.
Exhaustion sucks in short guys.
It does.
Okay, Super with a 20. Anyone?
I got a
15 to
4.
I've got
I
a
rolled
20.
a nat 20.
20? Ooh, Red Cloud. You
Reaction.
who got the 4?
I did.
Spark
I
Master.
did.
All right, Sparky. What do you have, Xander?
Oh.
I had a 20.
Jeez. Natural or no?
Was it?
Oh, no, not natural. Sorry. I thought.
No, I didn't have a natural. I had a 20. Super had a 20. I have
Yeah,
a higher
17.
dex than Super.
17 plus 3 for me.
And I rolled an 8.
An 8. All right. We've got whatever this ogre-looking creature, but may not be an ogre, is in front of you, Red Cloud. Take an action for free.
Well, I look at the ogre and I say, "Who are you and why are you here?"
The ogre replies,
I quickly look back at my friends and I ask, "I don't speak ogre. I don't understand anything."
I don't know either. Could I try? Yeah. Well, it's not my turn, I guess. So.
It definitely doesn't look friendly.
Red Cloud, you want to reposition yourself. You have the rest of the party in front of you. There's not much area to go beside. You can go next to one other person, but there's no more room more sideways than that in the cavern, giving you room to attack.
Well, I go stand closer to my team so we're together as one.
Perfect.
Oh boy.
Super.
I think Xander's up next.
Xander, do you have a better dex?
Yeah, my dex is 17.
You have plus 17 dex. Oh.
I have, no, I have plus 3 dex. I have 17
Plus
dex.
17 dex.
Right. Yeah. I have plus 3 actually as well. I have pretty good dex, but you can go first,
You
Xander.
can roll a 22. All right, Xander, what do you do? Super, you're next.
All right, so Red Cloud basically just talked and blew his turn.
Correct.
All right. Well, I will draw the poison dagger and run straight at it. Is it big?
I mean,
It is about 15 to 16 feet tall.
How is it standing?
It would have to be hunched over. Yeah, I was about to say it's hunched over.
I
Definitely.
mean, is it standing at the door or is it coming into the?
He is taking up more than just the doorway.
Okay, so it's standing in the doorway. How are its legs?
White and wrapped in cloth of some sort.
So I mean, is it standing with its legs apart or is it standing with the legs together so it's blocking
He wants
the
to know
door?
if he can run
How is
through
it
it.
standing? If it's 15
Oh.
feet tall,
Staggered feet in a fighting stance with a battering ram sort of log in its hand.
Mm.
all right.
Super. Be ready.
He's in a yeah. All right. How long is this hallway that we're in?
The spiral goes right up to this door. There isn't
So there is
really a
no-
hallway.
There
Spiral
is
is
no alcove or anything.
Nope.
So he can come right out there and then onto the stairwell.
correct.
How wide are the stairs?
About 10 feet.
So we
Okay.
can get around each other.
Back up down the stairs. Get back. Back down the stairs.
All right. Do you want to walk backwards?
I'm going to go down the stairs after I use Just one of the things I can do.
All right, Super. Go ahead, take your turns. Andrew, we'll come right back to you right after that.
I run between the ogre's legs to get like behind him.
All right, give me a dex check.
All right. Ooh, this is gonna be a good one. 21 total.
Oh, good job.
As you go through, you see him, and kind of looking past you as you scurry between his legs. He somehow missed vision of you, and as he comes down, you go right between his legs as his battering ram to go try to crush you, and you feel it right behind your previously loose toe, but misses. You've gotten through him.
Do I have extra space to like kind of keep running? You know what I mean? So I'm not like
Yes.
standing directly beneath him, you know? Yeah.
Correct. You're on the other side of him. If you wanted to gaze into that room, you could use your turn to do that. Otherwise, you'd have to turn around.
That's what I was actually gonna do to see like what was going on.
Yeah, as you go through, as you're looking up, you see the chained goblin-like creatures kind of pulling at the end of their chains, kind of hissing and hooting, encouraging whatever the hell is going on. You also see to the right a pile of very familiar loot. And on top of that, a 7-foot tall humanoid creature of some sort.
Like, hey, humanoid creature, who be ye? Says I.
Hey, what's going on here? It's Cannery Wayne.
I mean, we're getting attacked by an ogre. I don't know who you are, but hey, Cannery.
Why did you just shoot that Cannery over?
You want me to shoot him? Should we shoot him?
Yeah, he's an asshole.
Oh, all right. Hey, shoot this guy! Super yells like down the path or whatever.
I don't have a gun.
I think that's my turn. I don't think I could do anything.
Yep. All right, Xander. As you're telling people to fall back super instinctively, goes right past you and dives between this ogre's legs. You can hear his voice on the other side, the voice of somebody else.
All right. Well, he's kind of smashed the log down on the ground, right?
There is no way through his legs any longer.
Well, right, but he pushed it down, so he is more like in this position now, right?
Right.
Like hunched over. Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to run up and try to stab him right in his old face.
Okay.
Yeah, face stabs. Face stabs.
Let's see.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll roll differently today.
Roll first blood.
19.
Yeah, that sounds like some blood coming.
You're not dancing this time. Good job.
You go.
19, and I'm going to bust a charge.
All right. You go running up the battering ram to get close to his face, thinking you're going to hit him. But you do succeed in hitting him. Roll damage and tell me what it is you do.
I was like, oh shit, this is a high ass fucking AC.
Mike's about to
This is
screw
a-
me.
This is a legendary creature.
13.
Points of damage. Hot damn, sir. Well done.
So it was 7 normal and 6 poison.
Works for me. As the dagger pierces into his face, you can see him looking cross-eyed at the dagger itself, beginning to flex its front arm. You know the battering ram you're standing on is not going to be stationary for long. Our new friend, it is now your turn. You are about 20 feet into a corner on top of the new loot you found. The great axe on your back, or the great sword on your back still. You know what's in your hands. Behind you in the path you were coming from, there are 3 goblin-looking creatures, but feral in nature, snarling, shouting, clawing. It's gave you all of their attention like a ravenous dog as you came in. There's also a giant ogre who seemed to not notice you at all, and in the past 5 minutes has been really enthralled with grass that seems to be growing inside this dark room. A small gnome flew between his legs and then started talking to you somewhat kindly. What is it that you do?
Well, I don't really know these guys. They seem kind of nice. This ogre over here, he's a nice guy, and I really just don't like goblins. I got 3 bullets with me. All right, 3 of them. I'm gonna shoot them in the legs. I'm gonna shoot them in the legs, so they can no longer walk ever again.
Are the goblins?
Yep.
All right.
Shoot all 3 of them.
All right, go ahead, roll an attack. How do you roll an attack for a gun?
Do you?
Well, yeah, to hit. And you might hit it, chink it weird. Like you might.
Oh yes.
Hit flush or whatever. So we got a fucking artificer. This guy's an artificer.
Okay.
What's that?
Isn't that
okay?
Is
So
that like you but cool?
Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh man, these guys are jerks.
Damage is. Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
that's right.
So, Super, as you're looking back, talking to go hit the ogre, you see this man walk up to the feral goblins on the end of their chains, takes a stick-like thing and you hear shrieling. As there's a leg that just falls on the ground. The other goblin squirting blood off of his front. One of the other goblins runs into a corner. You can hear this because the chains are following him. One of them, less scared, jumps to the other that just lost his leg and begins gnawing and devouring. The ogre, lifting up his front arm, still cross-eyed, with Xander, you sitting there in front of him. Pulls up with all his might. It takes a good 3-4 second pause as you stabbed into his face, and then just goes and begins to pull the battering ram up into the ceiling. You look up and you see the ceiling coming suddenly at you as he attempts to bash you against it. And in so drops the battering ram, which lands on his toe. You dodge out of the way, and rocks begin to crumble it down in the doorway. Oh! And he begins to hop away about 5 or 6 feet. You take
Cool.
no damage.
That's awesome. That's what I like to hear.
All right, let's see. Namina, it's on you, my friend.
All right. Well, as the ogre, I guess the ogre was stumbling back.
He started to stumble back.
Yeah, I
There
would
was
like
no
to.
real opportunity to get by him.
I'm not gonna get by him. I'm gonna try to. Well, actually, what I'm gonna try to do is see if I could get up to him in time where his foot is going to be, and try to punch it right before it hits the ground. So it'll hopefully
right.
make him fall over.
Go for it.
All right. Plus 8. Yeah, plus 8. So that's a 15.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Oh no.
Cool.
15.
Okay.
Shut up on me, 3.
You succeed on a hit.
All right. That is
Describe
11.
the damage.
What was that?
Describe the hit to me and then tell me how much damage you rolled.
What I do is I watch the way the ogre is moving, and I make sure that I can get to a point where it's critical, where right before his foot hits the ground, I'm going to be able to punch like right around the ankle, and I place my foot, twist, and go straight into his right near his ankle, and hit it really, really freaking hard. Trying to using the momentum of my body and everything, the momentum of me running up to his foot. And that would do 11 points of damage.
All right.
11?
Yes. 11 points of damage. You try to strike him off. It is like you were punching a tree trunk. You've punched many tree trunks. This is not very similar. His other foot comes back down on the ground, looking down at you underneath him.
I'm gonna do another unarmed strike as a bonus attack, a bonus action. Will that be a disadvantage too, or no?
Correct.
It is.
Correct.
Why is it a disadvantage?
Something about the ogre.
Okay. Of 17.
All right, roll damage.
Oop. That'll be 9 damage.
All right. Barney.
All right.
Are you trying to move it all, Amina?
What was that?
Are you trying to move it all?
No, I think I'm gonna stay right there.
Okie dokie. Sparky.
All right. Sparky, who seemed unusually distracted, finally joins combat last. Can I see the creature from my position?
Yeah, you can. He's about 15 feet away from you.
All right.
Super, go ahead and roll a dex save for me, as the ogre you were right behind is hopping around on one foot for a second there. Sparkmaster, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna hit him with Eldritch Blast.
All right. Fire
And
away.
I roll a 15.
Roll damage.
All right. I got 2 beams. So I will get the first one hits with 8, and the next one hits with 10.
What the fuck? You guys are. When did that happen? And just then, Xander, you see a bright light, and you think, "Oh no, Super must have cast his wand once more." But then 2 Eldritch Blasts pierce into the side of this grand creature, and he groans.
What color is this Eldritch Blast?
What was that?
What color is this Eldritch Blast?
Sparkmaster, what color is your Eldritch Blast?
I'm not sure what color my Eldritch Blast is.
Pick a color.
What?
Dragons are colorblind.
I feel like purple.
Well, it's
would be enough. Pink would be a good choice.
His Eldritch Blast is definitely going to be blue.
For alien.
So if we can pick a color, it's blue.
All right. Interesting.
Red Cloud, you're looking up. Everybody seems to be running at and punching this creature. What is it that you do?
I approach the creature in a fighting stance because I do not have weapons. And I attempt to... I look him up and down, give him a quick look over, trying to find out where his exposed body is away from his armor, and I try to give him some jabs.
As you go up, you can attack at disadvantage, double disadvantage, because you can't really get to him. There are too many allies around him in your small corridor. Or you could try some sort of a ranged attack.
All right. Well, damn, ranged attack it is. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a nice wide stance. And I'm going to widen my shoulders and crack my back, and my hands are going to come together. Oh. I'm going to do guiding bolt right towards the face of this ogre. I'm going to try to hit him right between the eyes.
All right. Cast away.
Now, in order to hit, let's see if I can do this. Come on. Come on. Roll another 13, but I get a +4 there, so that helps, right?
How would you like to do this?
Oh, shit. Well, like I said, I took a nice wide stance so I could aim proper. And I was focused on the in between his eyes. for some reason, when Red Cloud was taught this spell, he puts his hands together and that's how he does it. You know, it might not be the proper way of doing things, but that's what gets it done for Red Cloud. That's what I did.
You see him look up at you. Oh!
He takes a fucking damage.
As he falls forward against the wall, the cavern. Xander, you're able to dodge out of the way easy enough. Namina, you're in front of him. I need you to do me a dex save as the rocks of the entrance to this staircase that you guys came up begin to start to fall.
18 points of damage.
That would be 15.
All right, Namina, you crawl out of the way. Red Cloud, it begins to rain rocks around you. The cavern that you are in is collapsing based on him falling against the door for a moment. What would you like to do?
Do I scan the environment for like little areas to gain cover? Do I see any?
You can go through, potentially fall into it, or back, and potentially be safe and sealed from the rest of your party.
I'm gonna go forward as fast as I quickly can.
All right, give me a dex save.
Oh, net 20! Oh!
As you go forward, a giant rock begins to come down. And Xander, you got out of the way. You look up like, oh no. You see Red Cloud directly under it. And he moves just to the side, looking over his shoulder at Sparkmaster, who is behind him, and takes a glance and then just pushes, and the whole rock seems to move over without Red Cloud taking any damage. Sparkmaster, go ahead and roll me a dex save if you want to do something. What do you want to do first off?
What do I want to do?
The exit's collapsing in front of you. Are the only one left.
20 is like fucking.
I'm the only one in the staircase.
Correct.
I look back into the void behind me. I'm stuck for a moment. Something is calling me back in.
Roll me a con save.
And that is a 10.
You said he had a purple story. And he did 10.
You found it. Remember? In the pile of loot.
Secrets.
What?
But whatever you were talking about when I interrupted you from listening, you just did a 10. No, not you.
Oh.
Yeah, because that's what you were listening to.
Yeah, I got a 10.
I got a 7 from that deck save back in the day.
Okay, Super. The ogre falls on you. Go ahead and take 1 point of damage just because you have an ogre on you. Xander, you, Namina, the rest of the crew as they jump back, watch as the entrance with Sparkmaster on the other side seals all but the top portion. The entrance into the staircase with Starkmaster looking forward and looking back collapses and seals all but the very top.
So Sparky's the only one on the other side?
Correct.
Sparkmaster, can you hear us? Are you okay?
I'm fine. I can hear you.
All right. Well, can you get through?
We should start. Well, I'd like to start trying to move some of this rock out of the way.
Is there enough room for me to go through?
What was that?
There's enough for you to talk through. Not enough at the moment. You could probably take, you'd say probably 10, 15 minutes to move rock.
Could I get some help with moving some of the rock, please?
I'll move rock.
Oh, yeah.
Am I
What's
on
your
his
character's
side?
name?
Oh,
You made it through.
he's on. We were on the same side.
Si Wong, you have a new party in front of you. You're in the middle of some sort of a heist, goblin killing spree, whatever you want to call it. The rest of these people are all strange. Would you like to help them?
Well, it seems like they all like sweet potato pie, so I would say I have to. Morally. Oh well, good. I would like to help them and get that man out from under those rocks.
All right. After moving for about 15 minutes, Xander, you're a little uneasy looking over your shoulders, I'm sure.
So what exactly am I looking at?
You've gotten through to the room where you all had a conversation with Gloria, some sort of a genie show turned into an assassin that you once knew. And in the back corner, there is one of those wild, strong goblin-looking creatures that you all have determined are definitely not goblins. One lost both of its legs and is now being eaten alive by one of the other ones. There's one hunched in a corner. With you also is a 7-foot-tall man that somehow managed his way into this room as well.
Like
a big pile of rocks.
A
human man. A pile of rocks have collapsed, and you watched Sparkmaster on the other side as the rocks sealed him from you. There's a small opening which you could see him now talking through as he's climbed up the pile of rocks.
Say, big guy, you mind giving us a hand?
Oh, I am. I'm definitely climbing, and I'm taking rocks out.
Not. Oh, Sparky, you can't see him. Be with you in a second.
Sorry, I'm used to being the big guy.
Big guy, you mind giving us a hand?
Oh, absolutely. Let's get this going. Then we can have some pie at home.
Excuse me. Have some what?
Some pie.
Pie?
Pie?
From underneath, Soup was like, "I'll have some pie."
Oh, we fucking Super.
Oh shoot! I forgot about Super. So I want to help Super get out from underneath this fallen ogre.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over to that ogre and start attempting to deadlift the ogre in ways that I can get Super out.
You don't manage to deadlift him, but you manage to slide him off of Super. Super,
Cool.
This is the thickest grease you have ever experienced on any meal, but this is coming from a very, very large, very smelly creature. Your face up with all of his body sliding across.
That's nice.
Well, okay. Super, are you okay? Are you good?
Good to go.
All right. Can you move rocks?
Yeah, I'll help move some rocks.
How big is this rock? Slide? I mean, how deep is it?
I don't think we really know.
Well, I mean, if we can see Sparkmaster through the hole and talk to him, how far away is he?
I don't.
Yeah, about 10 feet.
Okay.
10 feet?
You can crawl up and you could be 5 feet away from him. You could probably even grab his arm if you needed to.
Okay.
It's going to be okay, buddy.
I'm going to start off.
One thing I love about you is your enthusiasm.
Start digging on your side, Sparky. Do you have anything to help?
I got claws.
We're still getting an echo. Anybody else getting an echo?
I'm getting an echo.
How about now?
Well, let's try.
No.
No.
Yeah, I think it's better.
For the most part.
So about 10 minutes go by. You're able to make it through. There, Sparkmaster, you squeeze and crawl through, being pulled on this side and pushed, squeezed. But finally, you're able to fall down those rocks onto a nice padded ogre. Just as sweaty as he was a few minutes ago, but the sweat is starting to dry as he has lost his life.
Oh, this ogre smells horrible, guys.
Yeah, that echo came right back. But I'm glad you're safe. And I'm gonna start searching that ogre because I feel like something was off about him.
You can investigate.
All right. Investigation. That'll be a 6.
You see the giant. You see cufflings and leather wrapped around him. You notice 2 of his toenails have been ripped right off.
Ew.
And he only has 4 toes on each foot. There's a deformity down there, or a healing of something as they've been ripped in some sort of a way. He's got whipped lashes all down his back. And some sort of a giant crossbow. Something that's too big for you to carry as a single person.
Huh.
Could multiple people carry it?
I don't care. I don't care about the crossbow personally, but I relay this to the group. It seemed that whenever I punched him, it was really like. It seemed like it was kind of almost a little bit harder to connect. In a way, I don't know if you guys had a similar issue when fighting, but I just couldn't. I don't know if it was just so. I've never fought an ogre before, so that might have been the situation there, but.
Did anything feel off to me when I landed on him?
No.
Okay. I might just be overthinking something then. But anyway, Sparkmaster, where's the exit? Because I want to get out of here.
Before we head for an exit, looking around the room, was there any things in this room?
Anything we could take?
Yeah, you go glance over and you see the pile of your loot.
I'm going to go take my loot.
I don't think I had anything taken from me, so.
You don't have anything.
Yeah, you're right.
Monkey cat.
Monkey cat? What?
You're a monk cat.
Oh, okay. I thought you were calling me like an monkey cat. I was confused for a second. That's rude.
So we're going to distribute our gear back to each other.
You all get everything back immediately that you can tell, unless you wanted to go through all your gear in the middle of this cavern. Except you, Sparkmaster. Your great sword is missing.
I never lost my great sword. I was never captured.
He was never captured.
Yeah, all my stuff's with me. It's nice to try.
Damn it. Roll for bullshit.
20. For a moment, you reached back thinking it was gone, and it's still there.
Still there.
You were not.
He breathes a great sigh of relief.
Oh, boy.
All right. Hopefully, Sho can find a way out of here. I'm sure he can. He's a very sneaky
All right.
man.
Sparkmaster, do you know how to find your way back to the way you came through?
Yeah. So I look a little disappointingly at those dead goblins over in the corner, and I just slowly lead the party back through the the door that I emerged from, and take them through into the room with the tapestry.
All right. As you guys go into what some of you might have known as Bladbald's room, the tapestry has been ripped or gets moved across as Sparkmaster shows you an entrance tunnel, secret in disguise by Bladball, that you guys are all able to crawl out of.
Oh, I love the gnomes.
Is there anything of notice in Bladball's room?
Right. So in his room, is there a safe or a chest of some kind?
There are piles of furs all around the room itself. There is a desk with writing on it. Sparkmaster has gone through some of that. And is able to show you a map of the second level, of the current level and the second level in which you just came up from.
Yeah, guys, I think you might find this map a little bit useful before we leave. Maybe we want to take it with us.
I think that's a great idea.
Let's take whatever we can really find there, and we'll go through it later.
Cool.
Are these
Sounds like
furs
a-
valuable at all?
Probably, depending on how well they're made.
So probably not here.
Yeah,
just
they're
skin
probably made
hides.
pretty crappily from goblins.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect goblin furs to be like
Good.
yeah.
Well, I think that
So
Yeah,
grab whatever papers we can off the desk, regardless whether we know what they are or not, and we got to get out.
mm-hmm.
All right, Xander, roll me a D8.
A D8?
D8.
Haha, you fell for a trap.
7.
Xander falls dead.
What?
No, I'm joking.
I'm out, losers. Over.
Yeah. All right, you guys are able to make it to the secret entrance. It's bigger than the entrance you came in, but not much bigger. Sparkmaster is able to squeeze through as he came down. You enter on top. It is now night. You get your first breath of fresh air for a long time. Xander, as you crawl out, let's go ahead and say you were second out. As you crawl out, you immediately look for Conan and don't see him anywhere to be found. There are a number of goblins that have littered the place with things mostly around the other hole that you guys came down, which can be seen in the clearing to your left. You guys are on the wood line of a clearing in the night. It
All
seems
right.
there's a rock door that covers this hole.
Okay. So I'm going to look for his tracks and try to track which direction he went.
All right, going over, you do find his tracks relatively easily. They split, and it seems like he's been around this area quite a bit, retracing his own tracks. Roll me a survival check.
An 11. Unless I get any bonuses because I'm in forest.
Yeah, you can go ahead and do that.
I'm sorry.
Well, that's what I'm looking to see if it was part of my.
Shoes don't fit right.
You
don't get lost. I know that.
Natural Explorer.
What do the rest of you do as you come into this night? We know what Xander's occupied with. You all have made it out. You've had a close call. You've discovered a hell of a lot. Do any of you remember the actual mission you were on to begin with of why you were down there?
Yeah, we were there to. Yeah, I do remember that. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run up a tree and see if I can see anything of detail or anything of importance in the distance. If I can find something tall enough to get a nice view.
Roll me a perception check. You crawl up a tree easy enough.
Perception.
Xander, what did you do? You get advantage on tracking in the woods?
It doesn't really say. It says natural explorer. So you have favored terrain type, which mine is
Okay.
forest. Your proficiency bonus is doubled for proficient skills when you make an intelligent or wisdom check related to it.
That would be a wisdom check for survival if that's one of yours.
Okay, so that would have been a 16.
Okay. You see him go back and forth. What did you get as a perception, Namina?
13.
Okay. As you start to walk your way, Xander, back toward the original hole, where you've seen 2 or 3 trails go toward that hole. You think to yourself, Conan must have been worried and checked back on you a few times going to that hole. You notice there is a bunch of goblin leftovers around. On your way to the hole, Namina, you're looking down and watching Xander meander that way. You hear a click. Roll me a dex save.
Me?
Xander.
Okay.
23.
Oh, that's so sad. I actually remembered what I was doing with this. But you're able to dive out of the way. Ease. As darts fly over your head. And you hear, as you look over your shoulder, Conan jumped in the way of these darts anyway. It seems he knew that this was coming. You're on the ground. You see a rustle in the bushes about 30 yards from you, up ahead. Namina, you're watching this whole thing happen. You look up and can see over a bush line there's 4 goblins, all grabbing their spears and weapons, getting ready to run out into the opening.
I run to intercept.
Okay.
And I call and ask for help. I say, fighting over here.
Can I hop on Namina's shoulders and I'm like, huzzah!
Amen.
Yes.
Namina's okay with it. Okay.
I hop down, I grab Super, and you go up, you can do like this. And I pick you up and I put you over your shoulder and we run.
All right, so he jumped out and intercepted the darts?
Correct. 3 of them.
Okay, so how hurt is he?
He's on all 4 legs, shaking. Instead of his feet are a little pigeon-toed, if you will.
All right, so I'm going to, goblins be damned. I'm going to duck down, yank the darts out, and I'm going to burn a. What do I got left? I'm going to burn my last slot of cure wounds on him.
All right. Go ahead and roll it. Namina, you and Super are running toward this bush of goblins.
6 points.
Red Cloud, you notice something going on as you finally arrive into fresh air, fresh dark air. You and this human friend have come out. Sparkmaster, you were there as well. You both see Namina and Super running off. Namina, in a strange tone, says, "Fighting over here!" Kind of like he's ordering pizza from New York. And they go off running. You see Xander hovering over Conan, his wolf pet, casting a spell on him.
I run straight to Xander to look and see how his pet is doing, because his Red Cloud, as you know, Red Cloud really likes animals, so he wants to go check up on his friend.
Talk to Xander about it.
Xander, how is your pet?
He's going to be okay. I'm not sure how hurt he is, but these bastards will pay.
Well, do what you can, and if something else is needed, I can do some healing as well.
Right now, we just need to shed goblin blood.
Blood. I have the thirst.
Namina, as you and Super are running over, give me a dex save. And click.
That's a natural 20, so a total of 28.
All right, 28. You put your feet, and you are so light on your toes, but you do look down and notice as a bear trap was laying in the grass as you were running through. Super, give me a dex save as well. See if you stay on Namina as you run through this and dodges. What was that? One more
Muted.
time, Super.
Sorry, 10 total.
Okay. Yeah, let's say you're 10, you fall off.
All right.
Namina, would you like to continue or stop with Super?
I'll stop and grab Simper again.
All right. You guys go ahead and do that.
Come on, you can't fall off me now.
Sparkmaster, what is it you're doing?
All right, I get there and I hear Namina yell for combat, and I'm always fond of combat, and I have a newfound thirst for goblin blood, so I head right over to where Namina is in hopes of finding some action.
All right. Sparkmaster, you catch up to Namina, no problem. No traps are found. Just then. You guys are coming to the rustling bushes. How do you want to approach? Red Cloud, you were alongside with them.
I go right for the.
Up on the bushes where we saw some rustling in the distance.
Yep.
Well, if I say, guys, get low. Let's move to the bushes slowly so we don't get seen.
He's telling that to us?
Yes.
Yes.
How close are we
Are
to the
we
bushes?
trying to sneak up to these bushes, or are we getting in there?
No, I'm going at full force. I'm not.
All right, so as you
You
do
were
that,
over with me.
he
Namina's
was over
fast.
with me.
So
So
you
does
get
it
down
seem-
and you get ready. These guys are just running way ahead of you, going straight at the bushes.
Whoa!
Does it sound like there's goblins in the bushes or beyond the bushes?
They're beyond the bushes.
Can't tell.
Slightly.
I hate them.
Oh.
Well, I'm running into the bushes with everybody. I'm
All right. As you stutter step, be cautious for a moment, which Red Cloud isn't often. You immediately go, "What am I doing?" And then you go running out directly at those guys. Namina, as you run through the bushes, roll me a dex save.
Click.
20. Natural. Not natural. Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. All right, super. Roll me a dex save. As you guys are looking forward, a vine of spikes that was loaded back as you guys have tripped over some sort of a wire.
13 for myself.
I'd say with Namina's help, let's go ahead and pass you there. It was a 14 to save. Spikes go right over your head as you guys duck under. You see this, I'd say probably a 40-foot whip of spikes, thorns of a branch about this big that was tied up and loaded, has been released. Namina, you continue through and see 4 goblins look up at you rather surprised. And then 3 of them look at one of them, and he's like,
I grab the one that shrugged, and I want to basically grab him, dig my claws into his neck, pick him up, and slam him on the ground.
okay, attack roll it is, sir.
Oh damn! Well, 11.
Mhm.
Yeah, you go to grab him, and you're so concentrating on digging the claws in at just the pure hatred you've developed in the past 24 hours for these creatures, but your claws can't seem to dig in for some reason, and just focusing on that so much, you've lost the ability to attack. He looks up at you, scared shitless, as you feel some sort of a blade moving around in your side, but doesn't make any contact as well as you both are struggling back and forth. He's trying to pierce in. You flinch for a moment, and then you hear him go, "Ah!" And then your claws sink in. All of my monsters only roll natural ones, apparently. So the dagger has gone into his leg instead, as you had flinched. You now have good grip and have him grappled. Let's say he gets that from his natural one. Super, you are on his back.
Bush. Are we fighting the goblins right now then?
Yes.
I mean, you can stay on his back if you want.
Yeah, I stay on his back and I fucking zap the wand in the middle of like there's like a group of 3 of them or something.
Yep.
Yep. And I shoot like in the middle
Roll
of
100.
How's it look? How's it look? I like do like a fucking like behind my head like like I'm getting fancy with it now.
Right.
3.
Oh yes. The zombies all look at you like, oh no, and begin or the goblins
Zombies.
begin to run away, and then suddenly you see space itself ripple and then stand still as the goblins all begin to move at 1/10 of the speed.
Oh shit. Okay.
Red Cloud, you're able to burst through. You're able to burst through the bushes, and you see a bunch of goblins moving like this.
Oh,
Is everyone moving like that?
is
No,
this
just
a
the
game? And I
Just
start
goblins.
walking up to the slow-moving goblins, just taking a swing at one in slow motion and taking a swing at another one in slow motion.
All right, roll me 2 attacks, let's say, with advantage.
I need. What do you roll for fists?
I mean, you got your hammer back or your axe back, didn't you?
Your hammer.
I did get my
Yes.
hammer back.
You got all of your gear.
Oh well, damn. I'm not just swinging at these things. I got a hammer, so I'm just swinging. Well, bam, and I'm right in the tops of their head like whack-a-mole.
All right. Fuck rolling. These are goblins. You guys are high enough level. What's it look like?
Oh man. Well,
It's pretty bad up there.
every time the hammer hits the top of their skulls, it just completely, just everywhere. It explodes in all directions, just blood, guts, and gore. Just, and I don't know, is the other goblin in slow motion reacting to it as well? So do I get to see the fear in this goblin in slow motion?
The one that he's running away. You were able to easily scurry just in front of him as he's running.
Yeah.
His heads were coming up. His eyes were looking really big. And you split him in 2 before he really realized how you got there.
But what about his friend behind him that I'm about to swing at?
Oh, he's in the middle of a blink, but he's kind of stuck in it.
Oh man,
because
I
it's
wanted
slow
him to
motion.
see and fear it in slow motion.
You can wait.
See your death come, goblin.
Well, in that case, Red Cloud decides to, after I smash the first one,
Yes.
to stand there and watch the other one, waiting for his eyes to meet the doom that I just.
And you
set
see his
on.
eyes open up as he's running away, and then you can just imagine his face starts to change. As you can imagine, he blinked, and as his eyes opened, he saw his friend filleted into 2 with a very scary dwarf looking at him with an axe who came out of nowhere.
Good.
Sparkmaster, whereabouts are you?
So I think I'm a little bit behind Simper and Namina, so I see this trap go down, and I just I try to hurdle everything in front of me, including the bush and that trap, because I see it go down. I'm just trying to hurdle it and jump to the other side and see what's there.
As you come to the other side, there is a filleted, split goblin. A goblin in the grasp of Namina's arms. And 2 more.
Way to kill a goblin.
So I'm gonna look at one of the living ones, and I'm gonna get my great sword, and I'm gonna just try to shove it right into his chest.
Right now.
You have no problem doing that.
Feels good.
I him. Is it slow motion?
What's your face look like when you do it?
Pleased. And surprisingly content.
I'm gonna take my hammer.
All right, our 7-foot human friend. As you come through the woods, you see a split goblin, a poked goblin, and a goblin in the hands of a giant black cat. There's one goblin left that has no friends, it seems. What would you like to do to this goblin?
Oh, hell yeah. That's a party now. I'm going to take his ears, put them in his mouth, hit him with the butt of my pistol until he starts eating his own ears. Then I'm put 2 of my fingers right up his nose and then rip all his face skin off and see how he lives.
Do you hear in slow motion? He's still alive.
Nice. All right. Job's done here.
Well.
Let's go.
He begins to run past you. Xander and Conan, you make your way into this and see the scene in front of you.
That is so fucking awesome.
You went ahead and took care of all of them.
Knowing you, you'd miss everything.
Well, lately. But that's just because
As
I
I-
didn't have my good boy with me.
As I say that, I want to snap the goblin's neck that I'm holding.
Fuck.
Done.
But Conan is fine. Thank you for asking. As much as he likes you, Namina, I thought you would have cared a little more.
I mean, I'm glad that he's good for your sake. I know how much you care deeply about that dog.
Means the world to me.
Just
But-
for you, buddy.
We need to get moving. We need to get far away from here and get a camp set up.
I agree. Couldn't agree more.
So let's get away from here, cover our tracks as best we can, and set up the dome. We need to sleep.
Agreed.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which direction? I'd say just the quickest direction away. So if that
So
was
like
the
a-
cliff
yeah.
over here, the other way.
Yeah, is there like a
You wanna
woods
go
or something?
Uphill or down? Uphill or across a plain into the woods? There's up that has some woods up there. There's a small area of bush you're in, or you can go downhill more to the ravine, which is westward, northwestward.
I vote uphill.
Yeah,
Let's
I
go
think we
uphill.
might want elevation.
Okay, you guys are able to climb up without too much of an issue. Xander, you find you're able to read the forest and the growth to know that there's water coming from a certain way, which speeds up your travel because where there's water, there's a clearing, and it's much better than thick jungle. You're able to also find a cave on that small stream that's flowing down.
Hmm.
You're able to set up a cave or set up your dome within that cave without issue. You don't have your steeds. You don't have any of that stuff. But you have all your friends. All but Show. As you all bed down, take a moment to have a conversation.
I'm sorry. What is your name again, sir?
Oh, that's Dannery Wong.
One more time?
Cannery Wong.
Cannery Wong?
Cannery Wong. C. Wong.
Can I call you C Wong?
No.
Well, I mean, we got that covered.
Nice to meet you, though. It sure is nice to meet you, though. How you doing? That was fun, huh?
It was very fun. My name is Namina White.
Oh, Davina White. It's great outside, isn't it?
It's pretty. Yes, it's very nice.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Can I ask, what is your story, sir? And you are a very large man.
Yeah, I eat a lot.
Where you come
I
from?
grew up. out in these woods, have fun.
What were you doing in the caves?
Oh, let me tell you, that was fun. All right. I kidnapped a goblin at 8 years old, right? So we play around all these years as I keep him as a slave to do my chores. I take him up to this mountain here where he knows all the caves in here. So we just went above it and dug a big ass hole all the way down. And then we just ran into you guys, really. We were coming to get that treasure, and then you already had some.
We had treasure.
Well, I mean, there is
I
treasure
found
in
a
those
great
caves.
stores and stuff,
Super, you remember seeing him on the first you saw him was on top of all of your loot.
Right. Like, are you talking about this treasure? Like, we have it back though already, don't we?
Yeah.
Correct. As much as you know, you haven't looked through it.
True. Fair.
Oh, there's treasure in there. Let me tell you, Gabi told me.
Gabi.
Yeah, that's his name. He
Gabi
doesn't
is
get his
Gabi.
own. Made that for him.
So where is this Gabi?
Oh, he died.
Oh.
He died when all those rocks fell.
Oh.
Yeah, he was under those.
You don't seem
Well,
too
I'm
upset.
sorry for your loss.
Nah, I kidnapped him. I don't care. I'm just gonna find another one. Hell, we killed 3 on the way down here, so I'm just gonna find another one somewhere.
All right, sir. So what are your specialties?
Oh, I got a lot.
I mean, your weapons are genius. Did you come up with those yourself?
Yeah, like that looks pretty interesting. That's some complicated stuff.
Never seen a weapon like that.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Me and my Paul made it in a cave. We had this tube. Don't know what it's from.
Your
Put rocks in
palm?
there. Huh?
You made that with your palm in a cave?
No, with my palm in the cave. I made some other stuff with the palm in the cave.
With a pond in a cave.
No, with my paw in the cave.
Your father.
Your hand.
His dad, Xander.
Yeah.
His dad.
Oh, yeah. That's it. Dad. Yep. That's it.
Oh, your father. I
Oh, yeah.
understand.
Yeah, he worked with metal.
Okay.
He liked wood a little bit too much too, but
Okay.
Oh.
So you must know these parts really well.
yeah, made it myself. But what do you guys do? Why were you in that cave?
We were on a mission from the king of the dwarves.
What? That's crazy.
I
don't know what to
Sir,
say
I
to you.
cannot agree with you more. That was just freaking crazy.
It was very
We kind of tried to go above and beyond the Call of Duty, and
it kind of bit us in the ass a little bit.
It's just crazy. I've never even met a dwarf. I live out in these woods in these square 100 meters. That's it. That's all I've been. I've never left these square 100 meters. I haven't even seen out of it. Can't see through these woods.
Can you see?
No, there's just too many trees. I can't see through them. Way too many, let me tell you. I haven't left these 100 meters. So, I mean, there could be something beyond the trees.
That means that your dad is around here too?
No, he died.
What about your mother?
In that rock fall.
He died in a rock fall too?
Yeah, he was with Gabi.
Huh? Wait, so your dad and Gabi were there?
Yeah,
And
both of them were.
Your father just perished.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Huh.
Now, all by myself. I sure would hate to be alone. And
I mean, are you old enough to be by yourself?
I am 30 years old, sir.
Well, I mean, I've met some older people that still weren't meant to be by themselves.
No, I went to the doctor for that. But what are you guys doing? I'd like to go.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
we're going to leave this area. Are you comfortable with
yeah.
that?
That's crazy. Where I dug that hole was in these 100 meters too, so this is crazy. But yeah, I'll come.
are you
That is
sure that
very
you can
brave
handle
of you,
that?
man. Very brave. The whole
Well, this
world
is
is
your
at
first
96
dwarf.
meters.
Oh shit.
There's a lot of cool stuff out there. A lot of
Yeah,
weird
pretty-
stuff too.
I'm a dwarf. You've got to meet one.
Oh shit, you are?
Hello.
I had no idea.
I'm Red Cloud.
Why is your head red?
Well, that comes from my father.
You came from hell, didn't you?
But you do realize that is a dwarf.
Nah, I never seen one. I told you. This is
Just
crazy.
just picture a human man, only
Like a
short
baby.
and
Like,
irritated.
wow.
And I'm
you
in
have a
Rome.
You
And
want
like,
to get on my shoulders?
And then also you look down and you see a much, much shorter person than the dwarf.
Holy shit.
like,
How's
hey,
that big? You're not doing that.
I'm Soompa
Sorry.
and I'm a gnome. And then Soompa does a cartwheel. Whee.
He super describe yourself. Describe your look.
So he's a gnome. So he's short, like even shorter than a dwarf. He's like 3 feet tall. No, excuse me. It's like he's like 1.5 feet tall. He's pretty small.
What? Wow.
And he has like long ears. He's bald, but like the hair that he has is really long. And he's got like big bulbous glasses. And he's got a nice paunch. And he like is kind of like wearing like kind of rags.
So he's got like a mullet, but he's bald.
Holy moly.
Yeah, that's right. That's the way to. Yeah.
I was 48 centimeters when I came out of the womb. Is that? Did I hit my head?
Sir, I have to ask, do you know if your mother and or father were a little bit larger than the average human?
No, they were 3 feet, but I never seen someone 1.5 foot tall.
Wait.
So are you? What are you, man?
Your your parents were 3 feet tall?
I exaggerate.
When
That's
you
what I
went
do.
to your family reunion,
He said he hasn't been out of this 100 meters. He doesn't know anything about
I
his
don't know about him.
did you know everybody?
You know, I've only seen 3 people in my life, and I'm one of them.
So you saw your mother, your sister, your father, your brother.
No. Just me, my mom, and dad. And then I just never seen anyone else.
I lean over to Xander and I think he may have been like one of those babies that they kind of left in a basket.
I think his mama is his sister and his daddy is his brother.
No. Yeah, well, you know, we keep it close around here. We have fun. All family here, no bad vibes.
Well,
You know what? I mean, how do you know your mother?
my mother?
Well, yeah.
I don't really want to talk about my family right now.
Well, shit. I found out my mom's a sister, so might as well.
I know my mommy because she used to feed me and rub my belly when I was upset. She was a
Hey,
good
my
woman.
sister did too.
That's strange.
Okay, so
I believe we found ourselves a redneck in the woods.
I'd like to come along. That's all. Where are you guys going?
well, one
Where
more
are
time.
we going?
What is their name again?
That is Canrick Wong.
Canrick.
Cannery.
Charlie Walrus CW. Cannery Wong.
Cannery.
Yep.
Yeah, like a cannery.
Yeah, like
Wong.
Cannery Road in Monterey.
That's the only building I can see actually through the trees is a cannery.
That's it's nice to meet you, Cannery. I am Xander, and my fine beast here of Conan. We would
That's a
be
nice
glad
power,
to
yeah.
have you join us,
Oh hell yeah!
and perhaps perform with us at some point.
What kind of performing?
You, sir, I believe, could be a
I think you're an act on your own, is what he's trying to say.
with the proper training.
Our good friend Jen is at a loss for words.
A great
That's a first.
thespian you could definitely be.
But in terms of where we're going now, I guess we should probably go back to like the
Guess we
castle.
should probably
We
first.
can't leave show. Super. We can't leave show.
Oh, we can't leave show. Oh my god.
First, I think we should take a nice, well-deserved rest.
Joe is actually Andy's character.
I agree. The dome's already up. It's time to rest. I'd say we spend an entire 24-hour day here and just recoup.
That sounds like a fantastic idea. However, we're in a cave, right?
We are in a cave. I'll put the dome at the front of the cave so that nothing can get in.
Okay. Would the dome cover the entrance of the cave?
It would.
As long as it's not more than 10 feet tall.
It's a pretty small cave. It's not a mining operation with trails running to or fro it. There are a few large cats prints that have been seen here. And
How large?
Some older wolf tracks. I would say you have enough people. I'm not going to make you all roll nature checks. Somebody's going to hit an at 20. It's probably about a 300-pound cat, but it hasn't been here for at least a few days.
Okay. Could I discern whether the most recent tracks have been going outwards or inwards?
If it's not in here right now, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that's the point. Like, I don't know if can we explore the butt end of the cave and see if we can figure out if anything's in the cave right now?
Namina, you're able to tell the last tracks are inward.
This is why we ask questions.
I'm inside the dome, fool. It don't matter.
Once we wake up, we're gonna have to find a
No, you guys can leave the dome. You can go in the back of the cave. You guys can explore the cave. I have to stay inside the dome.
Yeah, that's again. Panther prints are going inside. That was the last ones that were in. So we have a.
So go talk to your sibling.
No, I'd like to think that I'm a little bit more intelligent than my four-legged friend. How about you have Conan go talk to it? I'm sure it would be a great reunion. Wild animal.
That's not even the same thing. It's oil and water, man.
If you
I'm going to sleep.
Stir hard enough, it'll mix.
Going to sleep.
All right, I'm gonna bed down for the night. I'm exhausted, beyond exhausted.
Yep. Not even going to set up watch. What? You don't need it. We're inside a dome that nothing can get in. Nobody needs to watch anything. Just go to sleep.
I hope Conan's all right.
All right, so you guys are able to bed, make some rest. Your dome lasts for 8 hours. Are you going to cast it again?
Once it fades, yes, I'll.
And then for the 8 hours after that, you're going to cast it again?
Right.
Okay, you can ritual cast it, right?
Right.
So we're all healed up and everything. We're all.
I'm not going to fast forward to there just yet. Let's say that at one of those moments, Xander, you don't have a perfect sense of time. And the dome went away before you started ritual casting one time. So you guys got real anxious. You heard an airy opening in the center of this cave, but not of anything breathing or anything moving, just the ghastly breeze that is now opened up as the dome has faded. There might even be a hint of water coming from in there. Enough time, the dome comes back up, and you're able to rest. Give me one thing that you guys do. 6 guys sitting in a tiny considering dome. You got to be up to something. Is there anything you guys would like to accomplish?
The only person that has to stay in the dome is me. They can leave the dome and go back and forth however they want. As soon as I leave the dome, it ends.
I will say you have all gotten at least 8 hours of rest.
Okay, so that's a long rest.
All right.
I do want to do a training with Conan.
Okay, what would you like to train him?
Stay.
Go ahead and show us what that looks like.
Would train him on stay.
That's
Stay.
a pretty good one.
Stay.
A few times he goes to run out into the middle of that cave, following what he hears. But eventually, depending on how you roll, we'll see if it was a success. Well, roll.
Animal handling?
What is it? Oh, man.
And that's a wisdom, correct?
You are in the woods.
It's
correct?
a 20. And then
Nice.
if you count the extra for the forest, then it would be a 25.
Beautiful. You have one success on stay. Is this the second one or this is the first one?
That is my only... No, I did fetch before. So this is my first one for stay.
Okay. Go ahead and mark one success.
Do
Mark
what?
Master. You, my friend. Choose somebody. Do something. Could be a conversation. Could be something else. Make it have a role.
Yeah, roll.
But most importantly, tell a story.
So I'll sit down next to Namina and just ask him, what happened inside that cave? Anything interesting? What do you feel is going on in there?
Many a things happened in that cave, and from when we got there, we slaughtered a bunch of goblins. A bunch of goblins. Xander put on a really good show. I'll be honest. Xander put on a really good show when we first got in there, but we slaughtered a bunch of goblins, and then a woman named Gloria came. That was a pretty big issue. And Sho was in his goblin form the entire time and managed to become someone else, a guy named Simon, I think his name was, or I'm not entirely sure or remember his name. But then he was able to ruse Gloria in a way of being able to cause her to think that it was Simon. And Sho has been with her ever since, and I'm really worried about Sho and hoping that he's okay. I'm not really sure on where he's at or what he's doing. He had a plan. He had to have had a plan if he was going to do something that ballsy. Like that was a very, very scary, smart move, but also a very scary move in general. So
I heard some talking from when I was hiding in the room with the tapestry. Are you telling me one of those voices who was negotiating was actually Sho?
Yes.
Wow.
He made it. He played it. He was playing it good. It was terrifyingly good. It was good, and he got us locked up, but he kept us alive. They were going to kill us there, But yeah, he saved us. He kept us. So I'm
Damn.
very thankful for him. I just hope that he's okay wherever he's at.
Did you guys get any feeling for what was going on in that cave? Who's running the show? Like what is being done in there?
I think Gloria is the one that's running the show, but we saw the I think we saw like that orc emissary that was mentioned in one of the that was mentioned at some point. I remember seeing an orc, a female orc. I can't remember if it was female or male, but one of the two. It was a dangerous experience because I felt like we were going to die right there. Xander wanted to cast a spell, but his spell was dissipated at one point.
Dissipated by what?
By Gloria. She dispelled it. I was very surprised. Never seen that before.
Where are you guys having this conversation? Would Xander hear some of this?
I mean, I think that it would. I don't really think we'd try to make it hidden unless you wanted it to be. Sparkmaster
dome. So,
I mean,
yeah.
I think that it's this is going to be during probably the part where, I mean, I'd be at some point I'd be walking around outside, but if he wanted to follow me when I walked outside,
Yeah, we're walking outside.
Okay.
I can't go.
And at one
Little
point during
Popper.
the conversation while we're talking, I whip out my dagger and I attempt to throw it as an almost target practice kind of thing at a tree. Try to hit the tree.
And Sparkmaster, might I ask a question? Are you feeling okay?
You look terrible.
What's that supposed to mean? I mean,
You seem different in a way. It's been unusual, but you've been different these past couple weeks, or not weeks. I think it's been past this past week.
past
You've
couple,
been-
yeah.
You've been definitely different. Like, has something been bothering you? I mean, if you don't want to talk about it, that's okay. But I'm just asking as a friend if you are all right.
I appreciate your concern. Keep it from the rest of the party, but I trust you a little more. We've been through a little bit.
Of course.
I feel changed since the experience we had where I died or became very close to death. I've been feeling very different since then. There's something wanted me to go back in that cave down the staircase. That's how I got caught behind the rocks. I was forced to contemplate leaving you guys and going back in. And I managed to regain control over myself and will myself to pull myself through the rubble and rejoin the party. But I need to go back in that cave at some point. I don't know why. I imagine I'm still trying to figure out why I was sent here. There's something eerily similar to something that happened in my past going on here. At some point, I need to get back in that cave.
We can definitely make that happen. However, I feel like right now the best course of action is to report what we have to the king, and maybe he may offer us a position to go back into the cave.
I agree.
Right now, I feel like we're heavily underarmed in this way.
There's something going on in there that is bigger than the king. I know that deep in my heart.
And I hope your intuition is right. While we're having this conversation, I would have taken a stick and started carving something with my wood carver's tools.
But did my dagger hit?
Did my dagger hit?
Did my dagger hit that I nonchalantly threw?
Did you roll higher than a 12?
Now, what do I roll for that?
Just a D20.
Just a D20.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Namina,
20.
go ahead and roll a carving check. You are proficient with it, I believe, and roll a D20.
What would I add to that?
You do your dex.
My dex.
Yep.
Dex, that would be a 10.
Okay. Tell us what you attempted to make and how it turned out.
Well, I attempted to. I'm attempting to recreate the bone that I originally made for Conan. That was thrown into the swamps back in one of our first few missions together. I wanted to recreate that, and hopefully, I feel like whenever I was talking to Xander the night before, I was a little bit cranky because I've been out of sleep and almost, we've had a rough past couple days. So I'm recreating a bone, wood bone thing for Conan / Xander. And I don't think it turned out as well as I wanted it to. Maybe there's a couple spots that I could have sanded down a little bit better or carved a little bit better, but
You started working it. Let's say that when Sparkmaster talked about going back in the cave and being drawn in, your attention went away from the bone, and you just started carving kind of without paying as much attention. Sparkmaster, what did you roll?
15.
Yeah, you hit the tree. No problem.
Nice.
You were aiming at a bug that was crawling up that tree.
Boom.
He had died.
I stuck to the tree with my blade.
I used to do that. I used to practice with knives all the time.
So as you guys wrap up your stroll there in the woods, come out with either the satisfaction of piercing an animal. I don't know whether or not Sparkmaster would have enjoyed that before or not, but he definitely gets something out of it now.
And yet the bug just wasn't quite enough. He wants more goblin.
Red Cloud, you are resting for 24 hours, and in 24 hours you cannot sleep all that much, especially since you're asleep a lot. Choose somebody, do something, have a conversation, but make a role be a part of it.
Siwong, tell me about yourself. You haven't left these 100 meters, you say. What do you think is beyond the trees? I could tell you, but I want to know what you think.
Well, first of all, it's Cannery Wong, not Si Wong. I don't know, more trees. There's more trees out there. That's it, right?
No, there's a lot more than just more trees.
What the hell are you talking about? Shoot.
Well, you'll see. I can't really. What I say, you won't understand. You only know trees.
You say I'm dumb?
No.
Hmm?
You've only seen trees. It's what you know.
Nah. Well, that's fine. I would like to walk now, as you've been staring at me for the last 30 minutes.
You can meander, but we are resting for the evening.
Why?
We need rest.
I can't.
Siwong, you don't feel especially tired. These guys look a little worn down, but
We got beat up pretty good before we met you. Is all.
We all got pretty fucked. This is Mr. Camry Wang or Wong, but we're tired. We're gonna rest for the night.
I got some power that me and my family take. We never get tired. You want some?
You have a powder that keeps people awake,
Oh, it's good. Yeah.
and you've never left these 100 meters, but you have this powder.
No, yeah. a daddy pissed in this pot and put some other rocks and stuff in there, and it all just melted together, and then we grind it up, and it's great.
It's just like fucking D&D redneck meth. What is this?
Super. Stay in character.
Oh yes. Like, what is that? Doesn't sound appealing. I gotta say. I mean, he peed in this and you snort it back up. What the hell's going on?
No, your dad pees in it.
So
You have to specifically get your father's piss for this?
It has to be dad's pee. Okay.
Yeah, it has to be aged.
I
It has
see.
to be aged. Yeah. It's got to be aged pee. A little bit more yellow all the time.
All right. Okay. I've not heard of this before.
I've never heard of this in my life.
You've never left your square 100 yards then, 100 meters.
That's true. In a way, I guess you could say that. I think I'm going to just long rest for now. I'll adventure into trying this powder some other day.
Hey,
Lord
where do you
knows
live?
that Super
You
likes
know, now that I'm thinking about it, this kind of thing that he's reminding me of is like, what is it, like monkey juice, monkey bomb, monkey fruit,
Monkey
What is
shots.
it called? Monkey shots.
Monkey
That-
fruit
monkey
pie.
shots.
I have some monkey fruit pie in my bag that I left with somebody months
Yeah,
ago.
monkey shots come from monkey fruit. That's right.
That's
I
what
feel like he might be using some monkey fruit for his little piss concoction.
So, Red Cloud, Siwang, pick something to do that takes a role, takes a skill. What would you care to do together?
Well, you don't sleep. Do you like to play games?
I don't like board games.
Not board games. We
What
can
kind?
play games with the ground.
That doesn't sound right. But okay.
All right, so I draw out a tic-tac-toe,
Hmm.
and I'll take the first move and I put an X in the middle.
All right, that's fine. The X is mine, but I'll put a little O, a 0, on the right lower corner.
So you know letters.
Oh, yeah. I got tons of books.
With letters.
Oh, all kinds of letters.
All right, I begin to put an X in the bottom middle.
I put an X right above your center. No. put an O right above your X. The center top. Why are you laughing?
You son of a bitch, you blocked my fucking triple in a row here. I put an X in the bottom left.
I put a 0 or an O, whichever. Got all kinds of books for that. In the top right. Uh-huh.
All right, both of you roll a d20 to see who wins.
Ladies first.
Oh fuck! I rolled.
I
a
see
natural
equal
20.
intellect here.
I rolled a natural 20.
All right, go ahead and roll. See if we get a natural 20 and we compare scores.
20's not a good number, but
A 7.
that's a luckier number.
Red Cloud swipes it from him as he goes looking distracted off into the right. How does he win? What makes him? What distracts you?
Well, I've always been distracted from sweet potato and bat monkey pie. And I thought I smelt it. I looked the other direction. He just took it right out from under me. Just grabbed it. Like
All right.
he had hell hair.
So as you guys spend a good amount of time here, 16 hours go by. you have your long rest for sure. Namina, you are resting away something else. Xander, what abouts are you doing within this time?
I noticed that Conan may not have been resting the way he should have, so I want to check his wounds where the darts went in.
Moving the hair away, you can see his pale skin, but notice dark veins around where those darts went in. The puncture wounds themselves have healed over, but the veins and blood vessels are much darker than Conan would or should have.
Soomper. Soompy.
Yo, yo, yo.
Hey, I believe Conan has been poisoned by the darts that hit him.
Oh, shit.
Is there anything you can do for that, sir?
1 second. So with lesser restoration, I can touch a creature and can end either one disease or one condition afflicting it, or poison. Okay, great. So that's what I do. I fucking cast lesser restoration, and it's by touch. So I go like, "Oh, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?" And cast lesser restoration. And that's my.
You see his eyes perk up, and he licks across your face. Super, you're rather bite-sized as well, and he does consider it for a moment, but
no.
Is he all better?
Do you want to sleep with Soomper? Go on. Go cuddle up with Soomper.
Soomper's like, yeah.
We'll give you a 1-dog night.
1 dog night. I love it. I'll take it.
So you guys managed to go ahead and finish the rest of your full 24-hour rest.
Nice. Okay.
Go ahead and set yourself at max of everything that you should have maxed. And if there's any reason why you shouldn't max something out, then obviously don't do that.
Right, so 20's on everything?
Yeah, Namina, you shake a level of exhaustion. Good work.
Woohoo!
Who had the stone?
Stone.
Show had it, didn't he?
Oh, damn.
I think you're right.
I think you are too.
So Show has our only means of communication. Unless you'd like to plant a tree.
That's what I was thinking. If he wants to plant a tree here, we could always go back to Ironton relatively quickly.
I mean, and how long was it the journey out here? I mean, it was days, if not like.
Now, so if you planted a tree here, he said once per week you could bring a whole party through.
Well, why don't we just go find the tree that we planted nearby?
Because it's about a day away.
No, it isn't. It was no. Well, because didn't we like get into a fight and stuff in between? If we traveled straight, I bet we could get there in less than a day.
It's going to be a day to get to it.
It'd take a day.
That was where the Mimic House was. Or actually further away than that.
Oh, was it? Shit. Okay.
Protection.
But if we can plant a tree here, then there's a possibility that we can just start bringing the dwarves through that tree.
All right. Screw it. Let's do it.
And then they can investigate this themselves.
How many have I used so far? I'm trying to find.
I think you said that you have like 3 or 4 left.
You have 3 left, counting the seeds in your pocket.
Right. Okay.
And we'll definitely need to save some in case we need to go to another part of the island.
Well, that's what I'm worried about. Like, it might just be
Yeah,
better for us to travel for a day.
I think
Because
that's
also not just that, but I mean, this would be like a direct. If we're so close to where the enemy's located, then who's to say that they're not going to use the transportation themselves?
well, they don't know how to. They don't
Can
have the
they-
druidic spell.
You have the spell to use it.
I don't think
They
it's a spell, isn't it? I think it's just the season. You just walk through it. Is that
No,
right?
No, it's a
It's
spell,
just
right?
You had an incantation to go
Yeah,
through.
you have an incantation for it.
Oh, is that how it works? I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I honestly forgot that. All right.
Super just remembered he did have a scroll written in Druidic.
That's right. Okay, that's right. Yeah, that's right. And then he pulls it out. All right. Fuck it. Yeah, let's plant the goddamn tree.
And then plus, if we need to get show and get out, we can just
Yeah.
be gone.
All right.
Xander, how far from the cave entrance would you have tried to be?
Would I have set the dome up?
Correct.
I would have set it up right in the cave entrance.
Of the other cave. The bad cave.
The bad cave?
Yes, the one you escaped from. How far would you have gone before you set up a camp?
Oh, well, we went up the hill. You said we were going up a hill and away. So, however far we went until we hit those caves, you tell me how far that was. We were getting the hell away.
Say that there were caves. You are familiar enough with the woodland that you have an option of about a distance. Let's say, you could have went a quarter mile. You could have went 2 miles. You could have went 5 miles.
I don't think we would have been like, quarter mile away. I think we would have gone at least going up terrain and trying to lose our tracks so we weren't followed. We probably would have gone for 2 miles. I think 2 miles would have been a good amount. That would have taken us about half hour, 45 minutes.
Okay, that works. So you planting the tree, Super?
I do.
Well, tell us about it.
Well, I kind of find like a nifty looking spot that's kind of looks epic, and then I plant the seed, and then I dig a hole around it first, not like, just stick the seed in the ground. I dig like a little hole, put the seed in it, cover the loose dirt over it, and with my water skin, which I should have some water left, I sprinkle some water in there as well.
And as it starts to grow, Conan begins to bark. And then, as the tree starts to sprout, begins to bark even louder. He hushes for a second. The tree grows. Are you within the cave or outside the cave?
We're outside the cave.
Okay.
I would have planted it outside the cave at least for sure.
Smart man.
Yeah.
Xander, as you're hushing Conan, you notice he's barking in the opposite direction. And as this tree grows, Conan runs off into the cave.
Damn it. I'll take off after him.
All right.
I'll follow closely behind.
Now, as you guys run into the cave, leaving Super out, growing a tree, all by himself.
You got those two right there?
Yeah, you got like 3 people right there.
Yeah, I'm still there.
As a DM, I can't tell everybody.
Yeah,
else.
I'm
Okay, Red Cloud, where are you going?
I'm staying over here with Soupy while he's planting his tree. I mean, I'm in that area.
And as the tree grows to about 30, 40, 50 feet.
Wow.
What a tree.
It's a good
The
tree.
last you see, Xander, of Conan is him going off into the darkness around the corner where the light ceases to exist. And that's where we'll call tonight's episode. Adventures!
Ugh.